Hi there. In this video we're going to look at a very practical example of using the group by transformation here inside Power Query. So to start off with, we're in groupby.xlsx and we're in the transaction level sheet. Here's the data we want to work with, so let's click on it, head up to the Power Query tab, and get data from a table. Okay, so here what we've got looks to be actual transactional level data, which is to say data down to the level of each individual transaction as opposed to summarized data. And what we want to do is we want to take this data which shows all the individual sales, and we want to group it by state, then category. And for each state and category, we want to get the total sales and the average sales. So here for category, we've got food and beverage, and for state, we've got Washington and Oregon. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're here in the table. We're going to head up to Home and Group By. Okay, well, what do we want to group by? Well, first we want to group by state. So let's click on that. And we don't just want to group by state. We also want to group by state and then category. So we're going to hit the little plus symbol here. For our second grouping, we're going to group by category. Okay. And let's just subtract this. Let's start by seeing what this looks like. So we've gone from this table right here, which has all the transactions that have occurred in our store in this time period, where we've got each state and each category. And we head over to here, and we have all the unique combinations of state and category that existed in this initial table, which is nice, but we also want to add some aggregations or some metrics to that, some measurements in terms of how much we sold and what the average sale was. So let's go ahead and add those. I'm going to click on the gear icon here. So we're going to head over here to add some aggregated columns. Hit the plus symbol. Let's call this one total sales. Okay. And what operation do we want to use? Which aggregator? Do we want the average, median, min, max? No, we just want the sum. We want to add them all up. Okay, and what are we adding up? Are we adding up the IDs? No, we're not adding up the IDs. We're adding up the sales amount. Sale amount. Okay, so if I click here, now for each state and category, we've added up all of the sales amount. Okay, so let's add our final metric. Our final metric is the average sales. We're gonna, I'm sorry, I did that a little fast. We're gonna click on the gear icon to modify the group by. We're gonna hit the little plus symbol here to add another aggregated column, and we're gonna call this one average sales. Okay, do we want which aggregator do we want to use? Do we want to use sum? Well, no, we don't want to use sum. We want to use average. So let's click on average. And what are we taking the average of? We're taking the average of the sale amount. Okay, and we're going to click on OK. Great, so now we've got total sales and average sales grouped by state and then category. Now what if we actually didn't care about category? All we cared about was state. Well, that's pretty easy too. We're going to click on the gear icon, and we're just going to remove the second one. We're just going to remove category right here and click OK. And so now we've got total sale and average sales for just the state. And likewise, we could change it so that rather than grouping by state, we can group by category, get the total sales for all the different categories, or even category and then subcategory, if we wanted to see it like that. So it's a little bit like a pivot table. Okay, nice and easy. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next video.